Yep. Make it make sense. Yeah. It's
I don't know, but AI is definitely here, right? And like,
yeah.
just like the internet came, people weren't ready for it, you know.
And now AI is here, but this kind of snuck up on us. Like we didn't imagine that the computer could like think for us.
Yeah.
And it's convenient in a sense. If you need to, shoot an email or
Mm.
do this and that, that's cool. But when you're taking out whole sectors like accounting,
Yeah.
customer service, whatever it is.
So I saw this on LinkedIn a while ago, right? And so there's some law firm in New York City, like a real famous law firm,
Mm,
and the guy like, I never post on LinkedIn or whatever, but I just had to want to post this, right? People talking about AI, right, is not a big deal. It's a big deal, right? And he said like, at our law firm, we currently have like, I think it's like 100 junior lawyers.
yeah.
What we usually do, we send our research to our junior lawyers to do it, right? So we did an experiment. We had like 10 junior lawyers research the case, and we had ChatGPT research.
Yeah.
ChatGPT did way better. He's like, and he's like, we're not going to fire other lawyers now, but when like they start leaving, we're not replacing them.
See?
And so within 5 years, he said within 5 years, we usually like go to 100 lawyers every 5 years, right? He said like hire them out of college, stay 5 years, and do something else, right?
Right.
So every 5 years you have 100 lawyers, right?
Right.
These 5 years come, we're not hiring no one else.
Yeah.
So that's 100 lawyer jobs gone.
Gone. Now what do we do?
And another thing people don't think about, right? So you have like the developers, junior lawyers, right? And so they're no job experience. And so they're going to try to apply for like, a mid-level job, right?
Right. Right.
But no experience,
No
right?
experience.
It's like, I don't think we've thought about that either, right?
Yeah.
We just, I don't know, right?
It's tough.
But it's every generation, right? It's like, back in the day, like, horses were replaced by cars, like
Yeah.
every, like, back, and like, there's some kind of tech advancement every generation since the beginning of time, right?
Right. Right. I just hope the tension around it doesn't flare up. That's the thing you gotta like think about. Like people, we're survived. Like we want to
Yeah.
survive. Maslow hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
I need my food. I need my
Yeah.
hydration. So you got to keep the tensions down. Like progression of technology is great, but
Yeah.
dang, like at what cost?
Yeah, I know some people like, just give everyone, like, let the robots do everything, AI, just give everyone the UBI. And some people, like, they would be more than happy to get paid, like, 50,000 a year, everything taken that watch Netflix all day.
Yeah.
But some people like me and you, man, we go fucking bad shit crazy.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking way. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta do something now. Fuck that shit. I gotta do something right.
I gotta be doing that. Yeah, I don't want to like.
And so how you do that, like, of course, a lot of conservatives, Republicans, they're against UBI because the concept, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like we just gotta wait it out, Jason. I think it's like everything going on, and like the political landscape and all that stuff. I think we wait it out, but don't sleep on the game
Yeah.
now. Like you don't just sit here and wait and think, oh, I have this customer service role, whatever position you have, and like, oh, I'm solid. No,
Yeah, no, you're not.
No, you need to get back there late night and dig in the crates.
Yeah, you better, like, yeah.
If that's your field of expertise, go over there and try to build a little AI gadget.
What's that thing someone said? AI is not going to take your job. The person who can use AI to do your job better is going to take your job.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. And and it's easy. I ain't gonna say it's easy. Like I was actually, cause I'm running a business that's, connected to AI. I was like, let me go get me a little AI.
Yeah, like you
specialist
go to
certificate.
you go to YouTube all the time. All these people like build an AI agent in 20 minutes. Like, God damn, is that easy? Right?
Yeah, but it's stuff you can do. As long as you don't get distracted. There's a lot of distractions out there now, man. It's like, dang, like you saying AI is coming, and you're not giving me a solution of how to combat it. But you gotta dig. You gotta figure it out.
Yeah, I think every generation does. Every 20 years something comes up.
Happens. Yeah,
Internet came. I mean, way back in the day, people like would write, and then the typewriter came.
Yeah. I was watching the other night. We was watching searching for Mavis Beacon. You remember Mavis Beacon?
The typewriter. Yeah.
And the lady, it
Yeah.
was like, it inspired all us black girls.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we can do this. I can put on a corporate suit and type. So, but that when I watched that, I was like, that's real deep, because when we were using Mavis Beacon, we didn't realize the impact it would have on us now. If we didn't see that black lady in that that system, we would have been like, nah, we can't type.
Yeah.
Typing's not for us. But
that's one skill. Like, that's probably the most important skill to have nowadays, to learn how to type right. It's almost more important than to know how to read, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine you know how to type? Man, you'd be fucked, right?
Yeah, you gotta know how to, like, I don't think you need to know how to write. Like,
At least like you like
You gotta.
Like, if you actually know how to type, right, man, how screwed you would be.
Yeah, you gotta
Like click, click,
yeah,
click.
Yeah, because when we was going to school, we had to learn. We actually had what is penmanship
Yeah.
in class.
Cursive. Yeah.
But now, like my son, I'm like, man, what is that? What does that say? Is that a J or
Yeah.
a U? What
I know,
letter is
right?
that?
Like hieroglyphics and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
That's when how back the Egyptian had the what's it, the Egyptian language called? I can't, whatever it's called, right?
Yeah,
That's part of the curse of the day, right?
Yeah.
And like 100 years from now, they're like, "What's this shit back in 1999? What the fuck is this shit? What kind of language is this?"
Okay, what are they doing? Like they're typing? Nah, but you're right though. Change is constant, and that's what's gonna happen regardless. If you do something or you don't do something, change is still gonna happen.
Well, why do you think some people are so like against change, right? Because usually change happens. Like I think at first it's kind of bad, like, but then eventually the change happens. Like, okay, oh wow, this is actually we're all living better now.
Man, people scared. You know, that's the whole thing. Like, it's just a fear factor around everything. You know, I think fear is the catalyst for like maybe 50-60% of everything we're dealing with. You know, as long as you can get over that piece, then I think you're good.
So, what's your advice to someone who like is scared of change?
Dig deep in yourself, like dig within your soul and realize, look, if I don't change, I know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with this same outcome. Like if you've been doing the same shit for 10 years and it's like boom, 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 yeah, you making ends meet, you are right, but if you change, you might shift that pendulum way to the other side.
Yeah.
You know, you become a different you. Like I've changed, like, man, Jason, we could probably talk for hours, but I've changed like a whole complete 360. Bridge in the 20, like I'm 20 years old. Oh, I'm a different guy. You know, I'm like, what? Like, but now I'm like, you know, I understand what life is about. I've grown a lot.
How should someone's like ethics and values and morals play in investing, right? Should it be based, okay, fuck my morals, fuck my values, but like whatever makes me the most money is good because I make more money, I can like do better for myself, my kids, or should ethics play? You always talk about like ethics and values based investing, right?
Yeah, like so that's like something like the coin like ESG, they like environmental social governance type investing. There's certain people that really dig into that. I mean, right now, like that's not really the big play, but I think that's important. I think like for me, when I buy my stock, I want to know at least they have one person of color on the board or maybe, you know, a female. So, but that's my preference. You may be like, man, it don't matter who on the board. They can have a whole country club on the board. As long as my money is going up, I'm good. That just depends on who you are as a person, you know.
But is that really a good thing to do though? Like for example, right? You could have picked, you know, a old boy country school, you know, redneck board, right?
Yeah.
They're making money over foot.
Right.
But you decide to invest like, you know, like a diverse board.
Right.
And they're fucking like struggling, right?
Right.
Like, is that really worth it? You know, I'm not saying it's good or bad, you know, but like, it's just a personal decision you have to make, right?
It's a personal decision you gotta make, and then you know you gotta think about the element of investing. You know, you buy the more stocks are bought, it kind of helps the price.
You send a letter like, hey, I'm backing you up now. Like, what the fuck you doing, right? You're making me look bad.
You know, there's limits. You know, like money is good in this place. Someone told me that. You know, money is always good in this place, but how much of you are you gonna lose trying to make that money? Money, you know, money is important. But it's, you know, we know it's not everything. You can have a shit ton of money and be like miserable. Like, man.
Is there a thing out there that says, I think somebody did a study, I'm making this up maybe, but like 70,000 is a sweet spot, right? If you make 70,000 a year, you're good. You make 70,000 and $100, your happiness level doesn't go up, right? It just stays. It's like it plateaus at 70,000 or whatever. Of course, not 70,000 in Seattle, of course, but whatever 70,000 is in the like perspective across the world, right? 70,000 is like the sweet point, supposedly.
Right. That's not true.
No.
I don't buy that. Nah. I mean.
You think it's a number?
I don't think it's a number. I just think who you are. You know, if you like I like nice stuff. You know, I want to drive a nice car. Do I need to drive a Maybach? Nah. But you know, you want to drive a nice car. You know, you might have a thing like everybody has a thing. Like your thing might be shoes.
A guilty pleasure, right?
Yeah. Like if you like certain brands of liquor, it just depends. But all of it's gonna cost, right? So if you just say, oh, 70,000. No, that's not necessarily the thing, because I might want to take the family to Switzerland next year, and the year like I think one year might be 70K, the next year might be 150.